Diddy will be sued, and I say will be because nothing has been filed yet, by at least 120 people in the next 30 days. So,
breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of...
All right, let's dive into a story so wild, so jaw-dropping, you won't be able to look away. Picture this, Sean Diddy Combs, one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, a man who built an empire on luxury, fame, and bravado, now reduced to a shadow of his former self. The flashy lifestyle, the red carpets, the private jets, the extravagant parties, it's all gone. Instead, he's stuck in a small, cold cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a place that's been described as nothing short of a living nightmare. But the real twist, it's not just the conditions of prison life that have people talking. The whispers, the rumors, the shocking allegations surrounding Diddy's behavior both inside and outside those concrete walls are what's got the world buzzing.
It's just incredible. And, it brings into context our whole system of innocent till proven guilty. Why is he not being given bond? And, we could debate that all day long. Of all people that's unlikely to flee or get away, well, he's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent till proven guilty? Well, yeah, but, we have to recognize there are degrees of innocent till proven guilty. When you have this much...
Let's start with the most obvious change, his appearance. Just a few months ago, Diddy was seen living his best life, flaunting his wealth in Central Park, playing hacky sack with friends, and showing off that signature confidence. Fast forward to now, and the transformation is, frankly, shocking. Reports from his latest court appearance describe a man who looks astonishingly thinner, with gray streaks overtaking his once jet black hair. One journalist, Elizabeth Milner, who attended his pretrial hearing, didn't hold back when she said his transformation was astonishing. She painted a picture of a man who has gone from living in the lap of luxury to barely holding it together behind bars. A lot different from the lifestyle he was living before. He appeared noticeably thinner, and perhaps being locked up in detention is starting to wear on him, she said. And honestly, who wouldn't be worn down by the kind of pressure Diddy's facing right now?
I mean, it's a legitimate concern. No judge wants to wake up and read the headlines the next day. Oh, they treated this guy special and they gave him bond, and now he's gone and he fled from justice. So that's what's in the back of most judges' minds. On the other hand, we deal with cases where clients have significant funds sometimes. And sometimes where there's money, you can craft a unique solution. Years ago, it was the ankle bracelet and the ankle monitor.
But let's not pretend this is just about weight loss or a bad case of prison food. Oh no, this story runs much deeper. Rumors are swirling that Diddy isn't eating properly, not because of the notoriously bad conditions at MDC Brooklyn, but because he's terrified. Terrified of what, you ask? Poison. Yes, poison. According to a former inmate and prison consultant, Larry Levine, Diddy is reportedly refusing meals out of fear that someone might be out to get him. He does get a lot of people in trouble. People want to harm him, Levine said on a podcast. Imagine if someone on the outside knows someone who works in the prison. Over time, they might contaminate his food. It's not impossible. Think about it. Diddy's not just another inmate. He's a high-profile figure, someone who's made enemies in both his personal and professional life. The charges against him alone, which include allegations of coercion, racketeering, and more, suggest a web of powerful people who might not want him to talk. And let's not forget the environment he's in. MDC Brooklyn is infamous for its rough conditions and history of violence. It's a place where tensions run high and safety is far from guaranteed. Add Diddy's celebrity status to that mix, and it's no wonder he's paranoid. But is the fear justified, or is it just another layer to the drama?
It's just interesting to me that with all the money he has and all the resources he has, they couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone.
Observers at his court appearances have been quick to note not just his physical decline, but also his behavior. While Diddy's legal team insists he's fit, healthy, and fully focused on his defense, others aren't so sure. Some say his refusal to eat and his visible weight loss are signs of deeper issues, perhaps even a struggle with his mental health. After all, being locked up, especially under such public scrutiny, would take a toll on anyone. And then there are the whispers about his alleged health problems, which we'll get into soon, but let's just say they're adding fuel to an already blazing fire. Now, let's talk about the rumors that are really turning heads. Word on the street is that Diddy's behavior in prison has been, let's just say, unconventional. Reports claim he's somehow managed to surround himself with a group of loyal followers, other inmates who are so dedicated to him that they're allegedly making his bed and catering to his every need. Yes, you heard that right. Diddy, the man who once demanded the world at his feet, apparently still has a crew of groupies, even behind bars. But here's where it gets even messier. These so-called groupies, they're reportedly fighting amongst themselves for his attention. Imagine that, grown men in a federal detention center squabbling over who gets to fold Diddy's sheets. It's almost too bizarre to believe, but in a story like this, nothing seems off the table.
Well, Sierra, anything's possible, right? But now this judge has an even harder time, I think, because the past judge locked him up, didn't let him out, and he's still there available for trial. If the new judge lets him out on bond and something goes wrong, and this isn't the analysis that I'm proud to make, right? We shouldn't be saying, well, judges are worried about their own skin and how they look if something bad happens.
And if that wasn't enough, let's throw in the allegations about his lifestyle choices. For years, there have been rumors about Diddy's private life, and now those whispers are louder than ever. Some are claiming that his behavior behind bars mirrors the same controversial actions he's been accused of on the outside. Allegations of inappropriate conduct, unhealthy relationships, and more are being tossed around with little distinction between fact and fiction, Adding to the drama, Jaguar Wright, a singer known for her no-holds-barred commentary on the music industry, has stepped into the fray claiming she knows even more about Diddy's secrets. In a recent interview, she hinted that his alleged behavior is just the tip of the iceberg, and she's promising to reveal even more shocking details in her upcoming show. Whether you believe her or not, one thing's for sure, Diddy's name isn't leading the headlines anytime soon. Of course, all this drama raises a lot of questions. How much of what's being said is true? Are these just rumors fueled by his high-profile status? Or is there more to the story? And let's not forget the legal side of things. With his trial set for May 2025, Diddy's every move is under a microscope. His refusal to eat, his alleged paranoia, and his drastic physical transformation are all being scrutinized, not just by the public, but by those involved in his case. Could his behavior be a calculated move to gain sympathy, or is it a genuine reaction to the immense pressure he's under?
It sounded crazy, like I said before. They said that 2,300 people reached out to the law firm, and out of the 2,300 people, I guess they decided to go with just a little over 100, which seems like it's they just put out the number and everybody's calling to see if they can get a check.
It's insane. It's insane. Now, again, he did say that nothing has been filed yet because he says he wants to make sure that they do their due diligence and get this right.
And speaking of pressure, let's talk about the conditions at MDC Brooklyn. This isn't your average jail. It's been described as one of the worst detention centers in the country. Inmates have long complained about everything from unsanitary living conditions to limited access to basic necessities. There's a history of violence, understaffing, and even power outages that have left prisoners in freezing temperatures. It's a place where survival often means adapting to a brutal and unforgiving environment. For someone like Diddy, who's used to a life of excess and privilege, the contrast must be staggering. And yet, despite all this, he's reportedly refusing to leave his cell. Whether it's out of fear, defiance, or something else entirely, his actions are only adding to the mystery.
They're going to try everything. They're going to try to transfer him. They're going to try to get him out. In a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about a wrongful prosecution because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
But let's not forget the bigger picture here. Diddy's legal troubles are far from over, and the allegations against him are serious. The charges he's facing could lead to decades behind bars if he's found guilty. His legal team is fighting tooth and nail to defend him, but with each passing day, the situation seems to grow more complicated. And with so many rumors swirling around his behavior, his health, and his relationships, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. One thing's for sure, though this is a story that's far from over.
Every jail is bad, and some jails are worse than others. And the problem, again, is if you move him, why is he getting special treatment? And maybe he's earned special treatment. Maybe what he's done, maybe he's given so much back to his fans and to the world and to charity that maybe there's a way that it plays out in the end. But again, to go into court and say this jail is bad, move him to another jail, is not your first argument. That's sort of everything.
As the days go by, new details are bound to emerge, and the world will be watching closely to see how it all unfolds. Will Diddy manage to clear his name and reclaim his place in the industry? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of music's most iconic figures? Only time will tell, but for now, the drama surrounding his incarceration shows no signs of slowing down. And if the rumors are anything to go by, the real story might be even wilder than what we've heard so far. Let's pick up right where we left off. With all eyes on Sean Diddy Combs, the story surrounding his incarceration, his alleged behavior, and his health continues to get stranger by the day. If you thought the rumors were wild before, buckle up because this next chapter is even more shocking. Diddy's life behind bars has become a swirling storm of speculation, paranoia, and power plays, painting a picture of a man who's not only fighting for his freedom, but also for his survival in ways no one saw coming.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
Let's get into the heart of it. Diddy's refusal to eat. While some might brush it off as a simple adjustment to the harsh realities of prison life, others are convinced there's more to the story. Sources close to the situation claim that Diddy's paranoia has reached new heights. He's reportedly convinced that someone is out to harm him through his meals. And honestly, can you blame him? With the kind of enemies he's rumored to have, it's not hard to imagine why he might feel like a target. Larry Levine, a former inmate turned prison consultant, didn't mince words when he speculated on Diddy's fears. What if someone on the outside knows someone in the prison? It's not impossible for something to be slipped into his food slowly over time, Levine said. Whether it's paranoia or justifiable caution, Diddy's refusal to eat has left him noticeably thinner, sparking even more chatter about his health.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
Speaking of health, let's address the elephant in the room. Whispers about Diddy's physical condition have been making the rounds ever since his arrest, and they're only getting louder. The latest rumor suggests that Diddy might be dealing with a serious illness, something that's been allegedly exacerbated by his time in prison. And then there's Jaguar Wright, the outspoken singer who seems to have made it her mission to expose what she claims is the truth about Diddy. In a recent interview, she hinted at something big, something that could shake the foundations of his carefully crafted image. According to Jaguar, Diddy is allegedly battling a condition that he's been keeping under wraps for years. She even went as far as to say that he's been facing it head-on, a cryptic comment that's left fans and critics alike speculating about what exactly she means.
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
But Jaguar didn't stop there. She claimed that Diddy's situation isn't unique, hinting at a larger, hidden issue involving other high-profile figures. I could name at least 20 others who are dealing with the same thing, she said, though she refused to name names. Instead, she teased that she plans to spill all the details on her upcoming show. Whether you believe her or not, her comments have added yet another layer of intrigue to an already chaotic narrative.
It sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
Meanwhile, inside the Metropolitan Detention Center, Diddy's behavior has been raising eyebrows. Reports suggest that he's refusing to leave his cell, a move that's causing significant delays in his ongoing legal battles. Some say it's a calculated tactic to stall the legal process, while others believe it's a sign of his deteriorating mental state. Whatever the reason, his refusal has led to mounting frustrations for everyone involved. One source revealed that Diddy's legal team has been struggling to coordinate with him, citing his unwillingness to participate as a major obstacle. It's like he's shutting down, the source said. He's not just fighting the system, he's fighting himself. But let's not forget where this all started. Diddy's legal troubles. The charges against him are nothing short of explosive, and they've cast a long shadow over his once glittering career. Federal prosecutors allege that Diddy orchestrated elaborate schemes involving coercion and manipulation, accusations that, if proven true, could result in decades behind bars. And while his legal team insists on his innocence, the sheer weight of the allegations has left even his most loyal supporters questioning how much they really know about the man behind the music.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there.
Adding to the complexity of the case is the environment in which Diddy now finds himself. MDC Brooklyn has a reputation that precedes it, and not in a good way, described by some as hell on earth. The facility is notorious for its poor conditions, frequent altercations, and lack of basic amenities. It's a far cry from the luxury mansions and five-star hotels Diddy is used to, and adjusting to this harsh reality can't be easy. Michael Cohen, a former inmate at a similar facility, painted a grim picture of what Diddy might be experiencing. He's waking up on a steel bed with a thin mattress, no pillow, staring at cinder block walls, Cohen said. For someone who's built a brand on opulence and excess, the stark contrast must be jarring, to say the least. But here's where things take an even darker turn. Rumors are swirling that Diddy's behavior behind bars is attracting attention for all the wrong reasons. Allegations of inappropriate conduct have surfaced, with some claiming that he's managed to maintain an air of control even within the confines of prison. Reports suggest that he's surrounded himself with a group of loyal followers, other inmates who are allegedly vying for his approval in ways that range from the bizarre to the downright unsettling. One former inmate described the situation as unlike anything I've ever seen, claiming that Diddy's influence extends far beyond his cell walls. Whether it's true or just another layer of rumor, the idea that Diddy could wield such power in a place like MDC Brooklyn is both fascinating and troubling. And then there's the matter of his mental state. While his legal team continues to portray him as focused and determined, others aren't so sure. Sources inside the facility have described moments of apparent paranoia, with Diddy reportedly refusing to interact with other inmates or even step outside his cell. Some believe this behavior is a direct result of his alleged health issues, while others think it's a calculated move to protect himself from potential threats. Whatever the case, it's clear that the man once known for his larger-than-life persona is now grappling with challenges that even his immense wealth and influence can't solve.
And I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on watching.
As the trial date inches closer, the world is left to wonder what the future holds for Sean Diddy Combs. Will he be able to clear his name and rebuild his empire? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of the most influential figures in music history? The questions are endless, and the answers remain elusive. One thing is certain, though, this story is far from over. With each new revelation, the intrigue only deepens, leaving fans, critics, and onlookers eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this unfolding saga. And if the rumors are anything to go by, the real story might be even more shocking than anyone could have imagined.
Okay, some people do think that Diddy can help him, but this guy's going to be locked up forever. His case will probably take at least 3 years to litigate. He'll stay at MDC. There's rumors that he wants to go to Essex County Jail in New Jersey because he doesn't like MDC. He's a Marshals inmate. There's no way they're going to transfer him back and forth, I don't know, several times a week.
As Diddy's story continues to unfold, the questions surrounding his behavior, health, and future grow more complex. Is his paranoia justified, or is there more to his actions than meets the eye? And what about the rumors of his alleged health issues? Could there be truth behind Jaguar Wright's claims? The comments are open, so let the viewers know what they think. Is Diddy's behavior a calculated move, or is he genuinely struggling under the pressure? Share thoughts and theories, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this evolving story. Until next time,